Hey friends, this is Glenna with Planning with Glenna, and hopefully I can get through this without losing internet. Always some kind of technical difficulty, it seems like. I am going to just make sure that I have audio and am live on my Facebook page. Perfect. So today I want to talk to you about setting goals and tracking habits and a super easy way to do that. So I have been using the system for a while and it has helped me so much. I don't know about you guys, but if you are a planner, you love checking those boxes. And so I'm going to show you some fun ways to track your goals and your habits and to help you get the things done that you really want to get done. This has been just a game changer for me. I use it for my business and for my personal life. So I'm going to show you today an example of how you could use it for personal goal setting and tracking, but you can definitely apply the same thing to your business. So if you're hopping on, say hello in the comments. If this is your first time watching, you will have to give StreamYard permission so that I can see your name. Otherwise, it just tells me Facebook user. So let's just hop in. Hey Colleen, thanks for hopping on with me. Forgive the camera here. I'm still having some difficulties. My iPad is completely dead. So I'm going to switch over where you'll only see my workspace. And so the first insert that I'm going to share with you, this is the extra large size, and this is my goals and habits insert. I love, love, love this insert. It is one of my favorites. The next insert that we will use is the medium size. And I'm going to be honest, I wish I had gotten the extra large, but I wanted this to keep in my purse and in my medium planner. So I am going to reorder it in the extra large, and I'm making it work. It's working great for what I want to do. I just have lots and lots of notes in there. So this one is a weekly planner, and it is our brain dump insert. So it has the days of the week here and then notes over here. So I'll show you those up close on my overhead camera. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over so that you can see these. And okay, this is the goals and habits. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know I have been reading the 12-week year. If you have not read this book, I highly, highly recommend it. It is so good to help you break down your goals. And I have lots of underlines and sticky notes. So I worked out my goals on some sticky notes and put them in there. So what I'm doing in this book is I have one set of pages that is for my business goals, and then I'm using another set for my personal goals. So if you only want to do one or the other, that's perfect. I had started out only doing business goals, but I really wanted to track some personal goals as well. So I started one just recently, and I'm kind of just playing with it right now. But this is going to be my September sheet. So I'm definitely using this for September. So we're just going to go ahead and start filling this in. This is going to be my September 2023. And I'm only setting one goal personally that I'm going to track on here. And you can track as many things as you want. The 12-week year tells you to not set more than 2 or 3 goals. I do break that rule a lot because I do set small goals in other areas. But for September, I just want to track my health goals. So one of my goals is my main goal is to lose 10 pounds. If you guys have known me for a long time, you know that I was very sick at the beginning of 2022, and I lost weight very, very rapidly because of some health issues. And so a lot of the results of that illness was that I couldn't eat a lot of things. So my diet was very healthy. It was all whole foods, no sugar, very few carbs, all those things. So I was able to maintain that weight loss. Well, now I'm feeling better because I have a wonderful doctor, but now that I can eat anything I want, I'm really struggling with gaining some of that weight back. So I want to get back on track with that. So some of the ways that I plan to do that are I am going to um, attempt to go to the gym. Hey, Mary Lou, thanks for hopping on. I want to go to the gym 4 times a week. So I'm going to write gym 4 times. I want to have a protein shake every day. So I'm just going to write protein shake daily. And I want to take my supplements 3 times a day. I am not great at that, and I'm working really hard to get better at that. And I want to, let me look at my list because I have them all on my sticky note. Okay, you guys, I really have, I'm doing personal goals today, Mary Lou. Yes, I really have a hard time resisting sweets. I could live on sweets. And once I started feeling better, I used to have a soda habit and I drank Dr. Pepper like 5 a day. It was terrible. And I had stopped drinking those before I got sick. And so now that I can have more things, I've started drinking sweet tea again, which is not a good thing. So one of my goals is no sweet tea. And when I was working on my goals, I just wrote a note that no sugar would be a great idea, but that's just not realistic for me, and I know that. So I'm just picking a couple of things that I know that I can do and that won't seem like I'm just giving up everything. So I do like unsweet tea, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to have sweet tea or no sweet tea. And then I love to make coconut Italian sodas at home. You guys, they are so good. So I'm going to allow myself to have one coconut Italian soda a week. That is a huge treat for me. If you guys want me to do a video on how to make it, just say hello or just say that in the comments. Coconut Italian soda, it's delicious. I used to go to the coffee shop and get it a lot, and that got really expensive. So I learned how to make it at home, and it is amazing. So that is what I'm putting up here. So then I want to break these down by week because I want to track them on a weekly basis and then a daily basis. So all you do is you just write those goals down here. And that might seem a little repetitive, but if you're using this as your brainstorming section, it's super, super, super helpful. So I'm just copying these down. And then what you want to do is you want to track them on the next page. So I'm just going to do the first two just so you guys don't have to watch me write all of this stuff out. Mary Lou, I have not tried monk fruit. I have heard people, I'm really weird about, I know that's not technically an artificial sweetener, but I really don't like sweeteners, alternative sweeteners. I'll put it that way. I just do better with no sugar at all if I'm going to go that route in whatever it is. So like with the tea, I would rather just have unsweet tea than put some kind of other sweetener in it. So that's what I do. I find for me, if I have artificial sweeteners, a lot of times it makes me crave more sweets. So I just stick with the unsweet. So I'm just going to do these first two over here, and then I am going to do the supplements because I want to show you how I do that. So depending on how your brain works, you can either write these like this, or you can write them this way. So I like to write them like this. So gym 4 times a week, and then I'll show you a little trick to easily track this. Protein shake daily. And then for my supplements, because this is really a struggle for me, I know that's probably silly to most people, but it's just hard for me to remember to do them. So I want a column for each of them. So I'm going to do AM bites noon and PM bites. That way I can track all three. So then what I like to do is I like to take a ruler and mark the weeks. So let me look at my calendar. So September begins on a Friday. So Sunday is the 3rd. So I am just going to put a line right here. So I would do the 3rd and then the 10th and then the 17th. Okay, so then that way you're marking all of your weeks. So again, I'm not going to finish the whole thing. I just want to give you the idea of how you do that. So that way I can look and I'll know whether I've gone to the gym 4 times in that week. This works really well if it's a habit that you don't necessarily need to do every day. Then you want to do it a certain number of times a week. That way you can see how you're doing on your week. So I love doing that. So this is great. And I love this. And as you guys know, I love my Zig dot markers. And that's how I mark these. I put a little dot in each one after I've done it. So you can use that, or you can just use a pen to mark it off. But we don't want to stop there, because if we don't have this out in front of us and in our planner, our daily or weekly planner, we're probably not going to remember that we're working on this. So that is where this comes in. And this one is the Brain Dump Weekly. So again, I've been using this both for my business and personal goals. So what I've been doing is putting my business goals over here and my personal goals over here. So like I will write that I want to go to the gym, and I'm not going to do that in this one because I still have one more week in here that I haven't filled in. So I don't want to date this yet, but I would write over here, gym 4 times. And then I would pick which 4 days I was going to go to the gym, and I would write it down as an appointment so that I make sure that I don't forget about that. And so the thing that I do on my supplements is I put track supplements, and then we actually have some stencils. You don't have to have this, but I like to use it. And I don't know if you can see, that's got circles right there. And so I'll put track supplements, and then I'll put 7 circles underneath it. And so if I've tracked my supplements that day, then I'll color in that circle with the Zig dot marker. So I will share, Mary Lou. I need to do a reel with it. It's really easy and it's so good. It's like you're at the beach. That's what it always reminds me of. So I love my coconut Italian soda. So you want to make sure that anything that you've got over here that you put on this page so that you don't forget about it. And then you want to go ahead and schedule it in your week. So like I said, the gym, I'm going to pick the days. The protein shake, because I want to do it every day. Again, I would put protein shake over here, and I would just make the 7 circles because I don't want to put that on my schedule. I just want to make sure that I'm tracking it here as well to make sure I'm doing it. That might seem like you're doubling up to some people, but for me personally, actually, let me switch back to where you can see me. Okay, so that might seem like you're double tracking things sometimes, but for me, at least, setting goals and meeting them is hard work. And so it does take some extra effort to keep up with those. So it's totally worth it to me. It has helped me so much. So I know that many of my followers also have a business, and this is fantastic for your business because when you set those goals on this book and then you put it over here. So let's say that you want to make sure that you do your follow-up that week, and you want to follow up with anyone who you've had contact with the previous week. Schedule it on your daily. Write it over here that you want to follow up. Let's say 2 days a week you want to spend time on follow-ups. Then pick those 2 days and write it over here. So let me look back at mine to give you some more examples. If you want to send an email that week, put it over here on your goals, and then decide what day you're going to do that email and go ahead and write it in. If you are going to do Facebook posts, the other thing I love about this is it's got a top 3. So my top 3 up here are always my business goals. And then if I have any appointments, they go underneath. And thank you. I think it's amazing too. So this one is the medium. And this is called it says weekly planner, and it's called the Brain Dump insert on the Tula 12 website. My website it's called Brain Dump. And I'll put the links in the comments when we're done. But the most important thing is make sure that those goals go from your goals and habits tracker to right here, and then make sure that you schedule it and you decide what day you want to get it done. And, none of us are perfect. We all have crazy days, and sometimes we have to move something to, I love you have your next order started. Yeah, my wish list is I keep an ongoing wish list so that I can, in fact, ordering this in extra large is on my order list because I need to do that. But this, if you write it down and you don't get to it, it's still right here in front of you. So if you've got it written down, you're a whole lot more likely to go ahead and try to fit it in later in the week. At least I am. I've got things on there this week. This has been a crazy week. I'm decorating for an event at church this weekend. And so I did not, that's why I'm doing my live at 7:45 at night instead of in the morning like I usually do. But there are some things that I did not get to, and I know that. And so I'm going to work those in so that I can get them done, hopefully before the weekends. And it's not a disaster if you have to forward it to the next week because you didn't get it completed. But because it's written down in front of you, you will remember it and you'll know that you need to forward it to the next week. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to pop them in the comments. And if you are watching the replay, yes, just move it and carry it over. I love it. Yes, give yourself grace. That is absolutely right. None of us is a perfect goal planner. I sell these and I love these, and I am a huge planner person, but I am certainly not perfect at it. And I don't expect anyone else to be perfect either. And the other thing that I want you to remember is it doesn't have to be huge things that you're tracking. If it's something that you struggle with and it's small, and you might even be embarrassed to tell anyone else about it, which you can tell me because I promise I've probably struggled with something similar. But write it down and track it, because it's just such a great feeling to be able to put that little zig dot in there or your check mark or whatever it is. And I know for a lot of us, we just get so busy that we forget about some little thing like take your vitamins in the morning. And if we've got it written down, we're so much more likely to do it. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will get back to you. And I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.